Hello, my Sagittarius family. This is Barb at Mystic Door Tarot, and this is your weekly tarot reading for you, Sagittarius, for June 1st through the 7th. Thank you for joining me today. And if you are new to my channel, welcome. And please subscribe and join me each and every day for my quick glance daily readings. Now, just a reminder, these are general readings. For a personalized reading, click on my website link below. So let's get started and see what your cards are indicating this week. Starting with your first card, Sagittarius, your anchor card for the reading. You have the Major Arcana card, the Hanged Man. Now, just a reminder, when the Major Arcana cards show up, there is significant change taking place. And the Hangman card is indicating to start looking at the world around you with a new perspective. And as you can tell from looking at this card, this is a time of pausing and waiting, a time of suspension, you might say. This is a card of having patience and also sacrifice. So, Sagittarius, with the Hangman showing up as your anchor card, this is setting the tone for your entire reading. Now, this is telling you not to try to control the situation at hand. Try to learn to make peace with the uncertain times you're in. This card is telling you to take time to observe your environment and your situation from a different point of view. You need to take a look at what has come before and realize and notice the blessings that come out of hardship. And for some Sagittarians, a sacrifice may be required now in order to move forward. Now, this is a general reading, so this could go off in so many different directions. It could mean that you're now going to move house, to take a job that is across town or in a different state. It could be that you have to end a relationship as things are not working out, things of that nature. Now, the Hangman card is also an indication to get in touch with your spiritual side, as this card is associated with the 7th chakra, which is also called the crown chakra. This is the chakra of consciousness and connection with the one consciousness, the one all. And when this chakra is balanced, you'll feel that you're one with nature and everything else is just feeling blissful. And you're able to integrate your spiritual knowledge and knowing into your everyday existence. And this is the main message for the Hangman card being your anchor card and the main message for your reading. Now, looking at the card here in this particular deck, the Hangman has butterflies, wings. And the wings on this card represent a will to do something, but the inability to do so. He would gladly fly, but he is bound. And this is about having patience. The Hangman card number 12 reduces down to 3. And number 3 is an indication of a synthesis of two things coming together to become something more. This is creative success and positive energy. 3 is the number of the navel chakra, which corresponds with your action, choice, and will. So Sagittarius, take a good look around with a fresh pair of eyes as to the situation and environment that you're in. Taking a look at your next card, you have the Queen of Swords. Now, the Queen of Swords is a very clear, logical, and rational woman. Very independent energy. If this is an individual showing up this week for you, Sagittarius, this Queen of Swords could be a Libra, or possibly another air sign, Aquarius or Gemini. This is someone that is very happy pursuing independent projects. She has a keen sense of justice and fairness, and she is a great communicator. She's intelligent, truthful, presents everything she says with a great deal of clarity. Now, when this individual, the Queen of Swords, shows up in a reading, she possibly could represent professional counsel as needed. And when choosing an expert to represent you, someone with the Queen of Swords traits is an excellent choice. So possibly, Sagittarius, you're needing some legal counsel, and the Queen of Swords is showing up this week as someone that is going to help you. Now, moving forward with your next card, Sagittarius, the Knight of Swords. Now, this card just might have something to do with your Queen of Swords card. Now, look at this. Just looking at the two, he is headed right for the Queen of Swords. This knight brings about sudden changes. He comes in very quickly and leaves just as quick. He could be bringing in messages and changes and going back and forth. And as we see him pictured here, he is charging back to the Queen of Swords, possibly giving her the information she needs in order to bring about change. Now, the Knight of Swords is Gemini's card, so you might have two air signs that you're involved with this week. Now, the Knight of Swords is also a very direct, sharp-minded individual. He's a great problem solver and debater. He's very rational, and he doesn't let his feelings drive him. But this particular knight can be headstrong and impatient, and his communication could come in very quick, direct, piercing. He's very passionate about his own ideas and will spare no one else's feelings in getting his point across. And he does have a tendency to jump to conclusions. So this Knight of Swords might be an individual that is coming in with news, creating change in your world, Sagittarius. So with the Hanged Man being your anchor card for this reading, it's reminding you to look at what's happening around you with a new perspective. And it seems, Sagittarius, you've got a lot of sword energy in your reading, which is communication. And this is very direct communication. This is the truth being laid right at your feet in regards to something. Now, this can be in regards to a relationship. Possibly something is coming to an end. This can be in regards to your job in the workplace. This can be in regards to possibly moving house. But again, the main message is to look at things differently with this new information that's being presented to you this week. Now, your 3-card spread adds up to number 14, which reduces down to number 5. Sorry to say, Sagittarius, but 5 is not our favorite energy. And you seem to get more than your fair share of this energy in your readings. Now, the number 5 energy likes to shake things up, and that's precisely what the Knight of Swords is coming in and doing to you this week. It brings about changing your old habits, disrupting your balance. So this number 5 energy rocks your world, and not in a good way. It is presenting challenges for you, Sagittarius, and with these challenges, you will be learning lessons. For some of you, this energy will be like passing through fire to be made stronger kind of life lessons. And 5 is the number of the throat chakra, which is concerned with communication. And that's what you're dealing with this week with the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords. So it all makes sense, and all the more reason for your anchor card is telling you to look at things from a different point of view. Now, going on to your last card here, this is your overall reading card for the entire reading. Whoops, grab it. You have the Major Arcana card, the Hermit. So this is another card signifying changes happening to you. And looking at the Hermit card here, he's facing the lantern towards where you just came from. So it's looking to the past. He's shining the light. He's also shining this light towards your past, which is going to give you truth and clarity. And he's standing firmly on the top of an icy mountain. And the ice symbolizes isolation and waiting, just like your Hangman card, waiting. This is a symbol of growth beneath the surface. It's unseen, but profound change is happening within. Now he holds his staff firmly, and he's shining the light upon what's going to be, what I'm picking up, is life lessons for you, Sagittarius. His staff represents support and stability and having a clear, singular focus. So this is the energy that's taking you through this week. The number 9 energy of the Hermit signifies completion. And 9s represent a time for looking back over what you've done and now moving forward. So you're going to have some significant change taking place this week, Sagittarius. And the Hermit card energy, as your overall energy, is shining clarity and truth, wanting you to review your past, what you've just come through. The Hanged Man is wanting you to pause and also review, but to look at things differently than what you have been doing. Because all this sword energy, that's a lot of communication and clarity, and that's going to be dropped right at your feet very directly. So you're really going to have to look at things differently to plow through the number 5 energy that your numerology here is indicating. It's going to be a challenging week, Sagittarius. Now let's take a look at which crystal your angels and guides have suggested for you for this week. Angelite. Well, one thing this is already indicating, it has to do with your throat and crown chakras. Okay, so you know the throat chakra is the communication from both the Queen of Swords and the Knight of Swords. And the crown chakra is the same as the Hangman card. The crown chakra is your spiritual connection and using your spiritual knowledge to help you out in your everyday life. And that can only be done through meditation and other spiritual practices. So the guides are suggesting Angelite because they're wanting to communicate with you on a regular basis. They want you to know that you're not alone, and the angels and the universe will provide all that you need. All you need to do is ask and have faith. Now, Angelite is the crystal for communication. It helps you to speak your truth, especially if you do have something important to say. Your angels can help you to communicate the right words with love and compassion. Now, your angels and guides want to send you messages and signs and let you know that they're here for you. And this can be finding a white feather or a coin on the street, possibly with a significant year on it. Something like maybe the year you were born on the coin. Or if you see a bird or butterfly or a small animal that comes really close to you, grabs your attention, this is a sign. This could also be repetitive numbers that you're seeing or a specific animal that just keeps coming up. All you have to do is just research a bit to see what the message coming through. What is the spiritual meaning that is being presented to you? This is how your angels and guides can get their messages through to you, but only if you're looking. So for this week, Sagittarius, Angelite is your crystal that will help you with all this communication, the number 5 energy in this time of uncertainty. So be sure that you take some time out this week, meditate, reconnect to spirit. You just might be surprised as the messages that pop into your head. I leave you with the message of the card, Sagittarius, but it is all within your own hands. You decide your own destiny, Sagittarius. Thank you so much for joining me today. Be sure to subscribe and help support my channel. Love and abundance to my Sagittarian family.